is the story of a trophy for the world. A journey. A dream. This is the story of a trophy for the world. A journey. A dream.
So for Qatar 2022 is getting more and more interesting as we are beginning to witness a few upsets here and there. Yesterday we witnessed that one from Saudi Arabia to Argentina, and just a few minutes ago it was Japan who actually did the unthinkable against four-time champions Germany. That I welcome you to today's edition of our FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 coverage. My name is Afa Acho. Salifu Usman is right here at me. Salifu, welcome to today's edition of the program.
Yeah, thank you, Alpha. Yeah, it's getting interesting, and it's going to getting tougher for the favorites.
Yeah, getting tougher for the favorite. But first, we'll begin with the results earlier in the day, where the Arab Spring has continued as Morocco held 2018 finalist Croatia to a draw in that one. You know, everybody was looking up to Croatia to at least continue from where they stopped in the last World Cup against Morocco. But Morocco came and, held them to a goalless draw. Like when we had predicted this group, it looked like Morocco was one of the teams who might not be able to stand up to the firepower of the Croatians. But, at the end of 90 minutes, it was Croatia 0, Morocco 0. So far, apart from Senegal, the other two African teams, Tunisia and Morocco, are not African brothers who most times in the World Cup don't seem to do this well this time around. So far, have all picked up 1 point each, except for Senegal, who are yet to pick a point.
Yeah, very interesting one there for the Arab-speaking nations.
Yeah.
Just like you say, if you look at the Croatia going to the same tournament, going by what they were, the unthinkable they did in 4 years ago in Russia, one would have expected Croatia to get all the needed 3 points against the Moroccan.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the Moroccan were able to help them to this draw, and even what they were even lucky that they escaped without being beaten. Because Morocco had that game in their hand to almost win that match. If you ahead of that match yesterday, the Moroccan coach Abdeliou said that they have been the defeat of Argentina by Saudi Arabia has given them a moral boost that they are being motivated by that.
Very well.
Believing that with that defeat, they are also going to achieve unthinkable one against the Croatia. So they came all out with the belief that they are going to beat Croatia, going by what happened to Argentina yesterday. And if you look at the match correctly by statistically, you definitely have to give the Moroccan coach for what he was able to achieve against Croatia.
Yeah. In some other results that went down yesterday, of course, we saw world champions. Well, I think they proved again that they are world champions. Didn't give any room for any upset of any kind. When Australia took that lead, for me, I felt, well, this was going to be an upset, but France had different plans and said, look, this is not, we are neither Argentina or one of those other things. This is the World Cup defending champions. And even without some of their key players, the likes of Kante, Benzema, Pogba, and the rest of them, France basically had an easy ride. In fact, at a point, it was looking like it was even going to be more than. In fact, Mbappe even missed like 2 chances.
Yeah.
This game would have easily been 6 or 7-1 easily. But I mean, 4-1 to the world champions, starting very well. And once again, showing that, look, going into this World Cup, France were not doing too well. But yesterday they showed, and people have now begun to see that looks like France mean business in Qatar.
Yeah, going to this World Cup, and just like we have stated earlier, there's a lot of odds against the France. Being a defending champion, and since none of the defending champions have made out of the group stage, that one is there. And at the same time, if you're looking at World Cup since after 2006, none of the defending champion has won their opening match. It happened to Italy in 2010 in South Africa. It happened to Spain in 2014 in Brazil, and also it also happened to Germany in 2018 in Russia. So no defending champion has been able to win their match. So these are a lot of odds that were against the France, and also with the couple with the in-house crisis within the team. Camp was not central and missing several key of their players. So a lot of them. And when the match started and the Russia get an early goal, what do you do? Australia, sorry. When Australia get an early goal, you want to be he's coming to be like But really, immediately France has to stamp the authority. No, we are the defending champion. We are ahead for business, and whether we are down, whatever we're ahead to show. And definitely they were able to break one case yesterday that no defending champion since 2016 will have won their match. They have achieved that. And like I predicted earlier, I said France should not go out of this competition, just like it happened to other defending champions before in the group stage. And they clearly demonstrated yesterday. And another beautiful thing that happened yesterday, if you look at Oliver Giroud is a player that you don't even see as one of the classic, high underrated. You don't see him as a classic, but he has been able to achieve a lot of things which most of the France players were not able to achieve. By the second goal yesterday, he was able to equal Thierry Henry. It was a
surprise, really, because when I heard that, I was like, oh. I mean, all the great players who have come through, none of them will be able to.
Yes.
And I mean, he's equaled it. And I can assure you, before the end of the competition,
he's going to be the France all-time scorer.
Exactly.
So for a player like Oliver Giroud, nobody sees him as a star player. So I'm also disappointed that Oliver Giroud will become to equal, and that even Thierry Henry, despite all the only money to score 51 goal for France. Exactly. And yesterday, Oliver Giroud has been equal, and Ronaldo still have a career with France. Definitely, he still have not less about 10 matches to play for France. Definitely, he's going to set a record that will be pretty difficult for any France player to meet.
Very well. Of course, in the other early game yesterday, Mexico, Poland, it was 0-0. Like we had said, we said that was going to be a very difficult game. 0-0 it was. Poland would have won that one, but Lewandowski missed a golden opportunity to score his first ever World Cup goal, gifted a penalty, but legendary Mexican keeper, veteran, this is his 5th World Cup. Ochoa was once again behind the sticks, and he saved that one, and it was not to be. That ended 0-0 at the end of 90 minutes.
Yeah, and I think one beautiful thing about that result is that it favored Argentina.
Yeah.
That goalless draw is definitely favored Argentina. It means that Argentina still have a whole lot of things to play. If another thing, one thing would have won yesterday, that would have more under pressure. But still, they are still under pressure. But that match ended goalless yesterday. It's in favor of Argentina.
It's very open.
It's very open in favor of Argentina, and it also gives more advantage to. Australia, Saudi Arabia, if they are able to win their next match against Poland. But which we hope, because the way they are over celebrating this victory now, I hope they are not going to celebrate everything and forgetting that there's another next match to be played on Saturday. Because what I expected Saudi Arabia after winning that match is just to we have achieved this and just put down behind you. But it's good to celebrate because it's an unthinkable. It is good to celebrate.
For Saudi Arabia, like some of their fans said, they said even if you don't win any other match,
just come
with this against the World Cup,
and so the successful one.
They got the public holiday today.
It's a public holiday in Saudi Arabia just to celebrate that. They would have just allowed this tournament to go down for celebration. But it's good to celebrate the moment we have.
Of course, in the match that just finished a couple of minutes ago, Japan against 4-time champions Germany, 2-1, it ended in favor of Japan. Although Germany had taken the lead in that one, but the Japanese came back, got the equalizer, and went ahead to, win that one 2-1.
Yeah, That is another option that
Yeah.
has started today. Germany, if you look at Germany, the way they are playing even after the German won they came to Russia, they were not impressing Russia. He came to the Euro, even the Euro 2020, they were also not impressed when they get knocked out, then they were being knocked out by England in the round of 16. And here again, and the way they have started this competition is clearly to show that Germans are not, to me, well, it is too early to say.
It's too early, yeah.
It's too early to
Early
say,
days,
but
yeah.
if you look at the
Too
way
early days.
losing to Japan in the opening match, to me, that is not the best way to start a FIFA World Cup.
All right. At this point, we are being joined by our colleague Wale Ayeni. Wale, good to meet you once again.
Thank you, Alpha.
Yeah, I mean, we're just talking about the match that just ended a few minutes ago. Germany against Japan, 2-1. It ended in the favor of Japan. A lot of bookmakers did not see this coming, but this is yet another upset against the team popularly known as the German Machines, four-time world champions, but you know, being defeated by Japan in that one. Okay, well, Wale will join us back as soon as possible. But this has happened so many times. So, like you said, it's still early days. So, for me in World Cup games, in competitions of this nature, judging by first game, sometimes when the big teams fall by the wayside in their first game, sometimes it's usually a wake up call for a team who knows their honors. It's usually a wake up call, and you see that in their next game they go out smoking. I remember in 2006 where France went all the way to the World Cup. In fact, the first match France lost. Second game they drew. Third game they managed to qualify with a draw. But immediately they got to the round of 16, France became a different team and got all the way to the final, only to be defeated by Germany, by Italy on penalties. So sometimes for big teams like this, when they start losing like this, sometimes it could actually even be a good omen because it makes them sit up to know that look, these teams we are up against are here for business too. So from the next game, you begin to see a different. So while you join us here once again.
Of course, the World Cup is no respecter of big names at this point in time. You saw what happened against Saudi Arabia against Argentina yesterday. The same thing has actually happened today. Germany against Japan. We all thought that Germany they were going to five all cylinders. They actually scored the first goal through the spot kick. We thought they were going to consolidate on that first goal and go all the way to beat the Japanese side. But the Japanese had actually, started the game very slowly. They actually built from the start of the game to the end. So it was a building process for the Japanese team. And at the end of the day, it actually paid off for the Japanese team. It shows that this World Cup is not a respecter of big names. If you don't come to the party in 90 minutes, you are going to get beaten. And you see what just happened against, four times world champions, Germany, being beaten by a certain Japanese side who has not even reached the quarterfinals of the World Cup. It shows that this World Cup is an action-packed World Cup. Nobody should sleep. Anybody that gets to sleep at this point in time will receive a beating of their life. Just in the case that we saw with Saudi Arabia and against Germany, this will be a wake-up call to other smaller teams. I feel this will actually boost their confidence and say if Saudi Arabia, if Japan can do it, why not? We can actually do it. Next game will be, Canada facing Spain. Canada will have this confidence saying that if Japan can beat Germany, who says they can actually get to beat the 2010 world champions, talking about Spain, Alpha.
We'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, our coverage of the World Cup continues. Don't go nowhere.
This is the story of a trophy for the world. A journey. A dream.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
All right, welcome back from that short break. Now we'll take a look at our preview of the other matches that will go on today. First up is former champions Spain, who will be up against the South Americans. That's talking about Costa Rica. Well, for Spain, came into this competition with a pretty young squad. Luis Enrique are actually taking a lot of risk with this squad by dropping a lot of veterans in that who are still playing actively, but a few players here and there, a few experienced, but majority of this squad is a young squad. They will be up against Costa Rica in this one. Well, judging from what they did at the Euros, getting up to the semi-final, do you think Spain has what it takes, or this should we be expecting another upset from Costa Rica when Spain take on this veteran Costa Rican side?
Looking at the pedigree of the two sides and judging by the football history of the two nations, you definitely want to put your money on Spain to go all out. But if you look at what has happened in this competition so far,
becoming very difficult to predict.
Very difficult to believe that a minor team to just rest all your hope on the big teams. So if you're ordinarily on the paper, you will say yes, Spain can go to sleep and just get right over the Costa Rica. And if you're looking at Spain, though Costa Rica has dropped some veteran players and he has picked his faith with the young players. And to me, I believe that is the best way. Football belongs to the youth. Even express still counting, but football is for the young. And if you look at all the school this sport has done in recent time, you definitely have to say that they have what it takes to do. Even in the European nation, they finished as a runners up. That was a good success and a good performance. So definitely, it's going to be a very tough one. And at the same time, Spain, even though they have what it takes to go to run down the Costa Rica, they also the result that Argentina got and the result that Japan just got, they all now have to play with conscience. But this group now is very tight. Ordinary one would have believed that it's about Spain and Germany to go on to progress. But with all surprise result achieved by Japan now, Spain has to be very careful, and Spain know that they must win this match. Was anything short of victory to put Spain in a very dilemma on how to progress on this. So I think Spain, whatever it means to be assist Spain, get a good come out victorious in this particular match.
Well, do you think there will be a surprise in this match? Are you expecting any upset in this one, Spain versus Costa Rica?
Of course, there might be an upset because looking at the Spanish team, they are a mixture of experienced player and young players. So, and I feel this Costa Rican side, they have been together for a very, very long time. They have actually been playing as a good team. So I feel upset can actually come out from this particular game. But I feel Spain should have actually learned a lesson from the German and Japan game. So they might want to put up an impressive performance and don't take the Costa Ricans for granted. And I feel that Luis Enrique will want to do that. If his team can actually get the balls behind the midfield of the Costa Ricans, I see the likes of Morata, coming to the party to score goal. We know he has not actually scored goal in the World Cup, but we should expect him getting, to bang in goals in the World Cup. Just the way we actually saw Oliver Giroud yesterday scoring his first 2 goals for France in the World Cup and making him a joint all-time goal scorer for France in that particular one with Thierry Henry. But I still feel that this game, the pendulum can actually swing anywhere. Spain can actually guarantee the 3 points at this point in time. They must wait until the end of 90 minutes for them to actually lay claims on the 3 points if they will actually put on an impressive performance against the Costa Rican Alpha.
Yeah, I mean, completely agree with you. Well, the Spanish side who did wonders dominated for quite a good number of years. None of them are
Part of this team.
Hmm?
None of
them are part of this team. But I'm sure what they usually do in most of these countries, they must have played plenty of videos for them, told them about the history of what a side they were, and they will be hoping to also emulate that great side.
So one thing that is good about this Spanish current squad is that it's a youthful teams with ambitions.
Yeah.
These are the teams that yes, Spain have achieved a lot in the game of football. For world champion, European champion, they have achieved everything they wanted to win in the game of football. But this set of players have not won anything with the national team. So definitely that put them on a mission that yes, we want to achieve something. And to me, that's what I see going for this player. This player will come out definitely with the intention that they want to create their own history, not to just redeem and living on the history of the past. They want to create their own history.
Yeah. All right. Next up will be Belgium up against Canada. For Canada, first time of being in the World Cup in the last 36 years, and what a surprise they were for everyone, especially in the CONCACAF region qualifying. They actually topped that group ahead of the likes of the United States and Mexico, who are usually the dominant forces when it comes to football in that region. Tonight they'll be up against a Belgium side who, in every department of the pitch, are a team who, on paper, can stand up to any team in this competition. And this is a team that some of us have, consistently rooted for over the years, but they really haven't reached the height that some of us have expected them to reach. Once again, they have another chance for their golden generation. And for this World Cup, this might just be the last opportunity for this generation of players to really make it count. Coming up against a Canadian side who I have plenty of belief going up to this one, who have defied so many and surprised so many people. Do you see Belgium? Because a win for Canada in this one also will be an upset, whether I like it or not.
Yeah, it will be another upset. And just like one of their staff say they are coming to the world with a belief.
Yeah.
With the believe that they can do something, not having a hope that they can achieve from, but they have a hope that they can do something. And just like you say, if you look, the Belgian squad is a squad that can stand anything anywhere in the world. Know that they have everything from defender to the midfield to the attack. They have everything to match anybody, any team in the world. And if you look at the Belgian history, it's a team that they have hardly lose to one an average team, but they are only the test when they come up against somebody who has who they are match to match. Just like it happened to them when they happened to them at the Russia World Cup where they lost the semi-final, and then at the same time at the European where they also lost to the knockout stage to England. So, but if you look at that, but one thing about these Belgians, if you look at them now, the team has beginning to fade away. Not like the only player I can point out, I would expect from Kevin Defoe and the Real Madrid goalkeeper. The like of Eden Hazard has not been too effective this season. Even last season, to this season has not been a regular player for Real Madrid. Lukaku is not in the best form. Even Israel is not. He's going to be player. He's not going to be part of this first this match. So, but notwithstanding, Belgians always have a replacement to play for those. But one is that the Belgians just their last chances to prove that they have to achieve something with this generation of football. But if you look at Canada, if you underrate Canada, you may be doing so at their own period. Just like you say, for a team like Canada who has never been to the World Cup in the last 6 years, and just all of a sudden to just wake up and beat Mexicans and US to qualify automatically. Unlike the US and Mexico has to go through another playoff to qualify. But Mexico, Canada beat this team to qualify automatically. That's true. And yes, they have say for 30 years we have not been there, and it's not that for us to now show that we are also come of age to record that would be big in the game of football.
Yeah.
So I see Canada coming to this with a special ambition to achieve something. So and Belgium has to be careful in order not to get the third upset in this tournament.
So Wale, like Salif said, Belgium really needs to be careful. Do you think Canada might just pull up just yet another upset like we are beginning to see in Qatar 2022?
Yeah, if you look at the golden generation of Belgium build up to the World Cup, they actually lost their last two games. They lost against Italy and against Netherlands, the World Cup, while the likes of have actually won 2 matches. That both teams do not have, an impressive going to the World Cup. The likes of Eden Hazard, George for Real Madrid, playing particularly, also still going back to Inter. The likes of De Bruyne and their goalkeeper, who can actually also do the match. Don't forget that this guy actually for Carrasco also a very good player. So I feel it's a tough one. Also, Canada has players who for Bayern Munich. This back he plays for Bayern Munich. So I think that was the confidence of Canada going to play against Belgium. And it's now if Belgium doesn't get to win the World Cup, it's difficult for them to actually win because that this is a good situation and they have not their any type of Canada will be confident to win the game, looking at the fact that Belgium are not in their full form to this alpha.
All right. Sorry, we lost the connection between there. So, Salif, looking at these two games, like I said, what are your predictions? What do you think will be the outcome? Costa Rica, Spain, Belgium, Canada.
Costa Rica, Spain. Well, I think I will have to stay with the Europeans. I think the European coming out in this game, but my fear is most specific, not for Spain, but my fear is most specific for the Belgians. In this game.
All right, Salifu has just said all his heart is with the Europeans, but let's see how that pans out. If that will actually go just the way he wanted to go. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on these two matches. First one, Spain, Costa Rica, comes up 5 p.m. Nigerian time, while the second match, Belgium, Canada, comes up 8 p.m. Nigerian time. We'll keep an eye on all of these matches, and tomorrow we'll give you a complete review of the matches and previews as they unfold. Salifu, once again, thank you for being here on today's edition of the program.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Right, tomorrow again we'll come with another bigger and more exciting package. Until then, stay safe out there. My name is Apachu, and it's bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.